What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another live stream for you guys. We haven't brought you a live stream for a while, but we are building up to the World Cup, which starts this weekend in Qatar. We're going to go through all our predictions, golden boot, dark horses, breakout stars, player of the tournament, surprise packages, flop of the tournament, and the winners. And we're also going to be going through our tournament trees as well. And then after we do that, we're going to be doing the sweepstake, where we've got 16 players involved. Each player is going to get 2 teams from pot 1 and pot 2. We'll explain it all, the nitty gritty of how the sweepstake will work a bit later.
It's all your favorite creators are involved.
Exactly.
So you should be invested in this.
Definitely. And everyone's put in £10 and the winner takes all. But without further ado, I think let's start off with our World Cup predictions, and let's start off with the golden boot race. And Sim's gone for Harry Kane. I've gone for Lautaro Martinez of Argentina.
Wow, it's a big shout.
Yeah, it is a big shout, and his odds are actually fairly quite high. I think 18-1 or something crazy like that. And I think it's a really good shout because, you know, you think Argentina are going to go deep into this tournament, Messi's last tournament and everything like that. Whenever I've seen Argentina over the past year or two, Lautaro Martinez has been absolutely banging in the goals. He bangs in the goals for Inter. And we haven't really seen him perform on the biggest stage at a World Cup yet. So I think this could be his time.
Well, it's not a bad shout. If you check out who's in their group, they got Poland, Mexico, Saudi Arabia. Should be plenty of chances to get on the score sheet. And if Argentina are predicted to go far in the group, in the tournament, then he's obviously going to be a very good shout. He's obviously a very good player. I don't know what his goal scoring record is like for Argentina.
It's fairly good.
It's so. If a lot of the what you call it attention is going to be on Messi and all these other players, he could maybe fly under the radar, and sometimes those are the players that do end up with the most goals.
Absolutely.
I've gone for Harry Kane. Maybe there's some bias in there. Obviously, given England's recent form, you might think it's not a great prediction. But the reason I've done it is because, first of all, he did get the golden boot last time. Second of all, at the Euros, he scored in 3 of his 4 knockout games. And this World Cup, England's group is like, you could see him scoring in all those games. USA, Wales, and Iran. He's got a very decent group when it comes to goal scoring. And not only that, if depending on how the knockout stages go, he could easily be facing Senegal and potentially Denmark in the next 2 rounds, or maybe even Poland. So you could even, it could be a while before we hit a very big nation, and that could easily be big opportunities for Kane to get goals. So that's why I actually, and we know he's obviously going to start every game. He's the captain, he's the main man, he's going to be on penalties as well. So I think he's got a decent chance at it.
Has anyone ever retained the golden boot from World Cup to World Cup?
I can't, unless it happened like...
Yeah, I mean, in recent history, I don't think it's happened,
in recent history, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's...
It'd be a massive achievement if he could do
Ronaldo
that.
got it last time, didn't he? Was it Cristiano who won the golden boot in 18?
I can't remember. I can't remember anyone retaining it, though. I really can't. So, I mean, it'll be a massive shout if he does.
I just think Kane's fixtures give him a really good opportunity. Like, there are not many... like, he doesn't... I don't think there are many groups easier than what potentially he has. And also, in the knockout rounds, like, he could have some favourable knockout rounds in the early ones. So, I think he's got some good opportunities here.
It's interesting, but let us know in the comment section below who you would go for the golden boot. Do you agree with us? It could be Martinez or Kane, or if you've got another name, let us know in the comment section. But let's move on to the dark horses. So actually, just before we move on to the dark horse, there's dark horse and there is surprise package. I know some people will think they might be a bit too similar, but dark horses, we're thinking a team where you don't necessarily think they're going to go really far. But surprise packages like a team completely outside of the box, like let's say a South Korea or someone like down there. But dark horses are someone a bit better than that, where you think they're going to do better than expected.
They're not like one of the favourites, but maybe they actually do have a chance of winning it.
Exactly.
And surprise package is like a team who are maybe predicted to go out of the groups and might surprise a few people by getting to the quarters or the semis.
All right. Well, let's go on to the dark horses. Sim has picked Portugal. I've picked Uruguay. And what are you thinking about Portugal? Portugal?
Well, you look, Portugal at the moment, I'm currently looking at the odds. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th favourites for this tournament. I'm looking at their squad and I'm like, why are they so low down? Because I actually think they got quite a nice balance in their squad of players.
Out of the teams that are above them, who have they got a better squad than, do you reckon?
I reckon they got a better squad than Holland. And if you're talking about, it's not even just about squad, it's about first 11 as well. I think when you look at their first 11, you can make a very, very good argument it's better than Germany as well. I reckon it's more balanced potentially than Spain. When it comes to France, Argentina, Brazil, it's hard to make an argument their team is better. But like, if you look at I'm looking at their team, right, and in goal they got that new up and comer Diego Costa from Porto, who's everyone says he could be the next big goalkeeper right now. In defence, they got people like Ruben Diaz, they got Nuno Mendes from PSG, Rafael Guerreiro from Dortmund, João Cancelo from Man City. These are all very good defenders. In midfield, they've got a really nice balance as well. They've got Bruno Fernandes, they've got Ruben Neves. Vitinha from PSG's had a really good season. And then up front, Rafael Leao's having it like breaking out at the moment. Obviously, Ronaldo, he turns up at tournaments more often than not. Gonçalo Ramos is having a very good season with Benfica. So I actually look at their team and I'm thinking, like, why are they so unfancied? No, I didn't even mention Bernardo Silva as well, one of the top creative mids in the league. So I think they've got a really nice balance, and I think they're maybe being written off by a lot of people.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I've gone for Uruguay, and I really like their squad as well. I mean, they've really mixed experience with youth in their squad. I'm not sure where they are in terms of the odds. If you can let me know, like, where they
Uruguay,
are.
40-1.
40-1.
11, 12 favourites.
12 favourites. So, but if you look at their squad, in goal they got Muslera of Galatasaray, who's no slouch as good keeper. But in defence, their back two, if they go for a back two, they're probably going to have Araujo of Barcelona and Jimenez of Atletico Madrid. And that is a good back two for anyone, to be honest. And they've also got Sebastian Coates and the experience of Diego Godin in the defence as well, where you move into the midfield, Rodrigo Bentancur, Lucas Torreira, Valverde, Vecino of Lazio, very good midfield there. And if you look at attack, they've got, again, mix of youth and experience with Luis Suarez, Darwin Nunez and Edison Cavani. So I think that's a really good mix of squad there. Really good.
I think that midfield, it could definitely be the difference a lot. Valverde and Bentancur, two players playing. Valverde has been one of the best midfielders in Europe this season. He really has.
Well, he's been playing a lot on the wing for Real Madrid.
He has. He's really stepped up incredibly. So it could be they could surprise a few people this tournament.
The problem is with Uruguay is their group is Portugal, Ghana, and Korea. I do expect them to get out the group, but if they do finish second, they're most likely to play Brazil in the next round. That's the problem.
Yeah, you don't see them getting much further than that. That's the problem.
So I mean, if they can somehow avoid Brazil in the next round, let's say they top their group, then they actually could go quite far.
Yeah. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility they top the group.
Exactly. So my dark horse is Uruguay. Sim's dark horse is Portugal. Let's move on to the breakout star. Both gone for Germans. Sim's gone for Youssef Moukoko, the Dortmund star, breaking through this season. 17 years of age, astonishingly got called up to the World Cup squad. And I've gone for Jamal Musiala. Should be playing in an England shirt this World Cup, but alas, he isn't, and he will be turning out for Germany. Musiala has had an unbelievable season so far for Bayern Munich. He's scoring so many goals, contributing in terms of assists and general play for Bayern Munich. I mean, he's been sensational, really has, this season. Every time I've watched him play, he's blown me away of how good he actually is. And I think he's going to get a starting berth for Germany in this World Cup.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I think he starts pretty much every week for Bayern Munich, the biggest club in Germany. So no reason why he doesn't. He's been brilliant as well. He's still 19.
Yeah.
I think was he playing in the Euros as well? I think he was in the squad.
I think he came on a few games as sub appearance.
Yeah, he's really developed in something special. But Moukoko, this season's really been an unbelievable breakout season for him. 6 goals and 4 assists for a 17-year-old playing for Borussia Dortmund is something really exceptional. He's really got himself in last minute into that World Cup squad, really, because maybe it's because Werner got ruled out for injury, but it's one of those stories where a player comes from nowhere to make the World Cup squad. And I think at 17, with their striking options, I know like Kai Havertz isn't really a natural striker. Other than that, like Müller, not a natural striker. Sane, Gnabry, they're not. He's the only real natural
but they've
striker
got that guy, that striker from Werder Bremen, Fulkerig, that's really scoring a lot of goals in the Bundesliga this season. He scored in their friendly last night as well. And I actually think he's going to be the one that ends up taking that number 9 shot, or not number 9, but the forward role for Germany. I can't really see Moukoko playing too much in this tournament.
I really can, because if he's faltering, Fulkerig, then I can see Moukoko getting opportunities from the bench, and that's where he's been getting a lot of joy for Dortmund, off the bench and starting. And if he can come off the bench and get a goal, everyone's going to be talking about him, because he's 17 years of age, and the hype is going to go insane. And I think he will get a goal this World Cup as well. So I think this could be the tournament that really puts him on the map at such a young age. 6 goals and 4 assists this season. You can't ignore that.
Out of contract in the summer, you fancy our chances?
Everyone's going to be in for him. We've got no chance.
All right, let's move on to player of the tournament. Unanimous decision here in Lionel Messi. I mean, is there any more that needs to be said about Messi? I mean, he's really stepped up once again this season, goals and assists in abundance, and his last World Cup. And we both expect Argentina to go quite deep into this World Cup, if not to win it. So it's got to be Lionel Messi. Yeah,
100%. I think Messi is... I think there's always been question marks with him at World Cups. People argue he hasn't turned up at a World Cup yet. He's still... I don't think he's scored a knockout goal yet in the World Cup football.
Is that right?
Yeah, he has yet to score a knockout goal in the World Cup, which is surprising. He did get Player of the Tournament, though, back in 2014, and in 2010, I believe he was... I think he either won it or got in the top 3 for Player of the Tournament. So I do think it's harsh when people say he never turns up, but he hasn't really had a tournament where he's, won lots of games in the knockouts and stuff. He's always been decent in the group stage, but this is his last tournament, and I think you can see the way he started the season with PSG. He means business this season. He's not taking any prison. He's not leaving anything to chance. And I think Messi's really going to turn up this tournament. Obviously, I thought he was brilliant in the Copa America when they won last time. I think they really built the team around him, but they made sure that the team was a lot more balanced than it was back in 2018, where it was really top heavy and it was really poor how the balance of the team. They were getting slapped every time. They were going forward, they were just getting counter-attacked. They lost 3-0 to Croatia. It wasn't a great situation, but now they've got better balance with Romero, Lisandro Martinez. He's got a good base to really show off his ability in the final third, and if you allow Messi to do that, then he's devastating even at this age. And given it's his last World Cup, I think he's going to make the most of it.
I completely agree. But let's move on to the surprise packages. This is a team probably at the lower end of the odds that we think can have a good tournament. And we've both gone, well, I've gone for definitely one outside the box. The one I've gone for is in the bottom 3 or bottom 4 of the odds. I've gone for Canada to be a surprise package this World Cup. Sim's gone for Serbia. What are you thinking about Serbia?
I was looking at their... obviously, they beat Sweden in the playoffs to get to the World Cup, which is no mean feat. Sweden are always a pretty good team, and they usually give a good account of themselves in tournaments, so it's no mean feat beating Sweden. But looking at their squad, I think, again, they got nice balance. They got a lot of underrated quality in there. Obviously, you got the likes of Kostic from Juventus, Milenkovic-Savic from Lazio, he's having a stormer of a season. You've got the likes of Milenkovic from Fiorentina, who's a big towering centre-back. Mitrovic up front, obviously target man, with Vlahovic as well, who obviously not having the best of times at Juventus at the moment, but we know how good he can be. And looking at their group, I think Switzerland might falter this tournament. I know they've always done well in tournaments, but I feel like they've got a bit of an aging squad, and this might be a tournament too far for this team. And I think if they can get out of the group, that'll be a very good achievement for them. And
Cameroon, they're in their group as well.
And Cameroon as well, but I think they got a good chance to get through that. And I think they got a really nice balance to their team and a lot of underrated quality. And I think they could. Might well get to a quarter-final this season with their quality.
See, Cameroon's squad, not too bad. Obviously, Andre Onana in goal, Nicolas Nkulu In defence, I mean, defence is a bit weak. They got Anguissa in the middle.
From Napoli.
Choupo-Moting, who's having a sensational season for Bayern Munich. Baskog, George Kevin Nkudu at the World Cup. Mbuemo, Toko Akambi of Lyon. Yeah, I guess Serbia should make quite
Dusan
well.
Tadic as well. He's obviously he's been consistent now for a few years.
I've backed Serbia to go through in their group.
Yeah, me too. And I think they've got a lot of talent there, which is going under the radar. Is my point.
For me, Canada, I think it's their first World Cup, and they were really a surprise package in the qualifiers. Completely putting America to the sword, USA to the sword. And they've got some really interesting players with Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies in their team. I'm sure there's a couple more as well, which I'm forgetting. But with their group being Croatia, Belgium and Morocco, it is a fairly tough group for them. But I've actually got a thinking that they might just sneak through in this group above Belgium.
Yeah, well, let's go on to the next topic then.
Yeah, we'll get onto it in a sec. But I really think Canada will do a lot better than people because I think people are expecting them probably to finish bottom of their group and just walk out the tournament straight away. So for them just to get past their group is probably a surprise package in itself.
Yeah, I agree. Considering they're not known for the quality of players that they produce, but as you say, they absolutely stormed the qualifying, which is very rare for them. So they could definitely surprise a few people this season, this World Cup.
Well, let's get on to flop of the tournament. Belgium has been mentioned already, which is Sim's flop of the tournament. I'm going for France, and the reason I'm going for France is because it's not real like I mean, they've got an unbelievable team. There's no two ways about that. But it's just this weird thing that happens at World Cups where when you win a World Cup, you go out in the group stages for some reason. I think 4 of the last 5 World Cup winners have done that, and France were culpable of that after they won it in '98. Obviously, they're the current holders, and sometimes there's a bit of a rift in the France camp and stuff like that, which causes them problems. So, I mean, when you're judging the quality of the squad, you probably don't think they're going to be the flop of the tournament. But I've just got a sneaky feeling. I think they will get out their group, but I've got a feeling that they're going to go out in the last 16 or quarterfinals.
Yeah, I don't think they'll win it, France. But the reason I don't think they might be as bad, I don't think they're going to suffer the same fate as maybe the other World Cup winners. Is I think they've actually rejuvenated a bit parts of the team quite well since their last win. They've got really young talent like Camavinga and Chouameni in the middle of the park, and that may be that kind of rejuvenation. And obviously Benzema is up front. He's going to make up for lost time, having missed a few tournaments. I know, even though he played the last one. I think they should be okay. I reckon they still might get to a quarterfinal, but I don't think they're going to win.
Quarterfinal is a flop for them.
I guess, yeah. They France, after winning it last time, they want to win it again.
But look at that squad with the Mbappes and everything. Every person you just mentioned there, they should be getting to the final. You know what I mean? At least.
Yeah. So that's a fair shout. I've gone for Belgium because I feel like there's still this aura about Belgium, like they're this quality team
anymore.
And that's my point. Like, I think they're aging. I think even they're good players right now. Like, if you look at their star names like Romelu Lukaku and Eden Hazard, they're out of form and struggling with injuries.
Or KDB.
KDB is obviously an exception, but a lot of their looking up front. Apart from like if you take Hazard and Lukaku out, you're not really that impressed with their striking options. You got Decatelo's is a good player, Doku, Batshuayi, Openda, Dries Mertens is aging. Trossard's had a good season with Brighton, but you're not really expecting him to take the World Cup by storm.
Still playing Toby and Jan at the back.
Yeah, Toby and Jan at the back, that aging back line as well. Their saving grace could be the midfield. Obviously, KDB, Tielemans having a great season. Amadou Onana for Everton, who's playing very well.
De Ketelaere
as well.
He's having a poor season, but he's still a good player.
But I'd look at their team and I just think, like, I think they have the reputation of a top team. And I think if you drill down into their team, they're waiting to be exposed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it might have already happened with Belgium already. I don't know.
I'm saying if they go out of the group, that'll be a major shock.
I think that people in the past have put Belgium as maybe a surprise package in the World Cup where they can go on and maybe get to the final, semi-final and win it. But I don't think anyone's speaking about them in that light anymore. And I think people are becoming wise to how their squad is aging. But they do have some quality there. They really do. I mean, even people like Trossard on the wing can make a difference.
I'm saying it'll be a major failure if they don't go out of the group, and there's a chance they won't.
Yeah, I think there's a big chance they won't get out of the group. I really do. So I think both of these, Belgium has probably got more chance to flop than France. But there's just something about the French sometimes that that they flop in these big tournaments.
Wasn't it when there was that one tournament, a few of their star players got sent home?
Yeah, and there was just massive fights around the whole French team and whatever. But anyway, let's move on and let's talk about the winners of the tournament. And we've gone South America strong. Sim has gone for Argentina. And I have gone for Brazil. I've gone for the tournament favourites in Brazil. I think they've been sensational all through qualifiers. They've got there's something about this Brazil team. They're all very much together. They've got an unbelievable front line, really good midfield, top defence. I mean, they've got quality everywhere you look on that pitch. I mean, just look at the goalkeepers, for instance. You've got Edison and Alisson just there sitting in goal. And I mean, they've got unbelievable talent every single area of the pitch. I mean, you look at the number 9s, you've got Richarlison fighting out with Jesus, you've got Vinicius Jr., you've got Neymar, you've got Anthony, Cunha. I mean, I don't even know if Cunha got called up.
He didn't.
I mean, it's just the list of talent there is absolutely insane, and after missing out on the Copa, I think they're going to come back strong in this World Cup and win it.
Now, I've gone for Argentina. I've gone for a romantic ending to Messi's probably international tournament career with a win in Qatar, and I think it would be an unbelievable story if he was to take it. And I'm backing him to do it. And I think they really showed togetherness in the last tournament they played in the Copa America. I think they have a really good balance to their team. I think their back line is so proactive that it gives a good base for the likes of Messi and Di Maria to show their stuff. And I think Messi does make a big difference. Him and himself, him being that player. If you structure your team around him, then I think you've got an amazing chance. If you can make sure that you're as solid as they have been at the back with their defensive solidity, then Messi's always going to come up with something for you if you can make space for him. And they've been doing that recently, and it worked in the Copa America. They beat Brazil 1-0 in the final, and I've just got a sneaky feeling they can do it again. One more big push for them to get through this another international tournament. So I've gone for Argentina.
It's interesting. It's interesting because I've picked Messi as my player of the tournament. I've picked Lautaro Martinez as the Golden Boot winner, but I picked Brazil as the winners. I mean, I did change it last second from Argentina to Brazil, but I do feel Brazil are going to be the taking.
I think
home
Brazil
the
on
trophy.
paper have a better squad. I really do, but I just got a sneaky feeling Argentina. I feel like the belief in that squad right now, it's like they really believe in making Messi the GOAT, if you know what I mean. There's like a whole cult around him in the Argentina squad. They're so desperate to get him that tournament. And if Brazil was the same with Neymar, I would go for Brazil. But I just think Argentina have that psychological edge right now.
Interesting. But let us know in the comment section below who you think the winners of the World Cup, who is going to be World Cup champions this year in Qatar. But those are our predictions. But let's move on and let's look at the tournament trees. Shall we start off with yours?
Yeah. Let's start off with the tournament tree I've gone with. Let me just get it up. So I did this tournament tree today. So I went through basically the tournament tree as I go through the group stages, predicting where everyone's going to finish, and then obviously it maps out who's going to play who in the knockouts, and it goes all the way to the final. So for the group stages, in Group A, I've gone for Netherlands to finish top, Senegal second, Qatar third, Ecuador fourth. Group B, England to top the group, USA to qualify ahead of Wales, and Iran finishing bottom. Group C, I got Argentina, Poland to be ahead of Mexico, and Saudi Arabia fourth. Group D, I've got Denmark to finish above France, with Tunisia above Australia. Group E, I've got Germany top, Spain second, Japan third, Costa Rica fourth. Group F, I've got Croatia top, Belgium just sneaking in ahead of Canada, and then Morocco fourth. And Group G, Brazil top, Serbia second, Switzerland to go crashing out, and Cameroon fourth. And in Group H, Portugal first, Uruguay second, Ghana third, and Korea and South Korea in fourth. Given that, the knockout stages look like this. I've got Holland to play USA and to go through. I've got Argentina to play France in the round of 16, and I've got Argentina to beat France, and there'll be revenge for last World Cup where France won 4-3, I think, against Argentina.
And that'll play into my flop of the tournament.
And then I got Germany to beat Belgium in the next one, Brazil to sneak past Uruguay, England to then beat Senegal, Denmark to beat Poland, Spain to beat Croatia, and Portugal to beat Serbia. Going into the quarterfinals, I've got Holland versus Argentina, where I think Argentina will win. Brazil to play Germany, and that will be a revenge for the 7-1. I've got Brazil to win that one. England to play Denmark, which will be a repeat of the Euros, but no revenge for Denmark. I've gone for England to beat Denmark this time. And I've got Spain to play Portugal, and I've got Portugal to edge past Spain in this one. Semi-finals look unbelievable. Argentina versus Brazil and Portugal versus England. I've got Argentina to sneak past Brazil, and I've got Portugal to beat England in a semi-final. And in the final, which would be very romantic, Argentina versus Portugal, Ronaldo versus Messi. It couldn't get any bigger, and I've gone for Argentina to win. So that's the tournament tree I've gone with, and that would be that's not even that unrealistic in my opinion.
My brother, forever the romantic.
There aren't too many scores in there where you're
no,
like,
but every one you came out was like, oh, this is going to be romantic. This is going to be romantic.
It would be all romantic, but it just seemed to happen like that. I've basically gone for the best World Cup of all time. That's basically what I've gone for. Let's hope it happens. I honestly don't think it's that unrealistic.
Oh, well, let me connect my screen.
I need to disconnect. One sec. There you go. Go for it.
Let me connect my screen and I'll show you who I have picked out for the tree. And Iran, bottom of that group. Group C, I've got Argentina top with Mexico second, Poland third, and Saudi Arabia in fourth. In Group D, I've got France to finish second with Denmark top, Australia pipping Tunisia in third and fourth. In Group E, I've got Spain to win the group, Germany second, Japan third, and Costa Rica fourth. Group F, we've got Croatia top, Canada second, and Belgium going out in the group stage in third place with Morocco as fourth. Is Group G, I've got Brazil to win the group with Serbia in second, Switzerland in third, and Cameroon in fourth. And then Group H, I've got Portugal to win the group, Uruguay in second, and Ghana and Korea going out. So I've got actually gone for Belgium to go out in the group stages, which is crazy. Going into the round of 16, I've gone for Netherlands to beat USA, Argentina to beat France, Spain to beat Canada, Brazil to beat Uruguay, and England to beat Senegal, and Denmark to beat Mexico, Germany to beat Croatia, and Portugal to beat Serbia, which fits us up to an unbelievable quarterfinals. So you go for Netherlands against Argentina, and I've backed Argentina to beat the Netherlands. Spain against Brazil. I've backed Brazil to beat Spain. England to beat Denmark in the quarterfinals, and then Germany to pip Portugal in the quarterfinals, which leaves us with two unbelievable semi-finals. When you want to talk about romance, the semi-finals are Brazil against Argentina and Germany against England. Two rivals going up against each other in the semi-finals, and I've gone Brazil to pip Argentina in the semi-finals and Germany to pip England in the semi-finals. And then that leaves us with a Germany-Brazil final. And when you talk about romance and wanting to get one over of the 7-1, what better place to do it in the World Cup final? And I've gone for Brazil to beat Germany in the World Cup final. So that is my tournament tree.
Wow. There you go. Brazil to beat Germany. That would be quite the tournament as well. So that's our tournament trees. Let us know in the comment section below what you think was going to happen when it comes round to the tournament. But the closer it gets, the more excited I'm getting. Your predictions are horrible, says Jacob. Horrible predictions. Steve Combe says both have very good and interesting route predictions. Hyla says you people don't know much about the international teams.
It's funny that we've both got England to finish in the semi-finals, go out in the semi-finals.
We do, which is quite surprising considering at the moment it's been interesting with England. We've got to the semis and the final, the last two tournaments, yet no one really gives us much hope this tournament. I'm guessing it's just the form we've gone into it, but I mean, I don't think does form mean too much going into these tournaments? I don't know.
I mean, when you're looking at how good teams are going to do, I mean, naturally you've got to look at the form, because what else can you look at?
You just look at the team.
Yeah.
Look at their players.
You've got to look at the team and how they're playing at the moment.
Yeah, I know, but like we're basically judging how we're going to do in a tournament on Nations League.
Well, you say that, but we've both got a semi-final.
Huh?
We've both got England going to the semi-final.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Like we're I think a lot of fans are very downhearted because of how we're bound to be in the Nations League, but you know, we did qualify pretty easily for the tournament. We've done very well in the last two tournaments, so there is nothing. Well, I mean, nothing not to be excited for. I think we can go far, clearly, and obviously the route is there for us. The route is there for us.
Only if France finish second, though, because I don't fancy our chances up against France in the quarterfinals.
True, but maybe we've got a better chance than people give us credit for.